Thank you. Thank you. I really want to welcome you here. You know, to me it speaks volumes of each and every one of you guys, and we really appreciate the fact that you would want to come here, work hard, try to improve yourself so that you could be a better athlete, that you can make a better contribution to your team. A lot. But the purpose of this camp, and I want everybody to listen, is to improve. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how good you are. It matters however good you are, we're going to get you better. And there's a way that you have to do that. And it starts with who you are. What kind of person are you? How important it is to you? What kind of vision do you have for your future? What kind of goals do you set for yourself? Important. But you know, there's one thing that everybody's going to remember, everybody that you meet. Like I met 997 guys today taking pictures. And guess what? Every one of you made some kind of an impression on me, which was based on what? Who was it based on? Me or you? On you. How you introduced yourself, how'd you say your name, where you came from. It's important. It all creates value for who you are and what you want to do. But there's one thing that everybody remembers. That's how you made them feel. That's my point. So if you're going to be a good person, you got to treat other people the right way. You got to have respect for them, and you got to treat them the right way. And sometimes you got to help them. And we're going to try to help you so that you have a chance to get better. So it's also important that you have the kind of character and attitude that you need to be better at what you do. Now, this is what character is to me. It's an accumulation of your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities. What you think, what you do, and what's important to you. Because those three things determine the choices that you make. Then the choices you make you who you are. Good guy, bad guy, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible, dependable, accountable. We could go on and on and on. Now, to have good character, you have to have discipline. You know what discipline is? It's doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. It's the right thing, the right way, the right time, all the time. You with me? And you know what I hear people say all the time? This guy has discipline. This guy doesn't have discipline. And you know what? Discipline's not something that you have. Self-discipline is something that you use. Do you use a hammer? You choose to use it if you need to use it. Is that right? So everybody here can have self-discipline. Just got to choose it. Just got to choose it. Your mom has rules in the house. Supposed to make your bed in the morning, supposed to clean up, take your dishes to the sink. I don't care how simple it is. God didn't anoint some people that they can do it and others that they can't. You choose it. And when you have rules, it's the right thing, the right way, the right time, all the time. Now, if you want to be a good athlete, you want to be a good football player, you want to be a good student in school, you got to have these things. You're never going to be as good as you can be at anything you choose to do if you don't have these things. Because it takes a lot of work. And if you don't have discipline, you're always going to be disappointed. You're either going to suffer through the pain of discipline, which is difficult to do what I'm talking about, or you're going to suffer through the pain of disappointment because you're always going to be disappointed that you didn't do it as well as you could have. Didn't make as good a grade as I could have. Didn't play as well as I could have. So you got to make that choice. But the first thing you got to do if you're going to do that is you got to work and invest your time in it. First of all, I'll bet you half of you guys, I bet you 3/4 of you guys have no vision for what you want to accomplish, even in this camp, let alone what you want to accomplish as an athlete. I'm not saying what your parents want you to do. I'm saying what you want to do. How important is it to you to be good? What does being good mean? It means being as good as you can be. Doesn't mean being as good as the next guy or some guy that can jump higher. It's as good as you can be. And then you can invest your time and work at doing just that. Now, you can look around, go run around our building, go all over that building and find me one sign, one thing that says we have a goal to win a championship. It's the goal, to win a championship. You talk to our fans, that's all they talk about. Win a championship, win a championship. Can we win another championship? But if you go in that building with our players, there's not one sign, not one goal, not the vision of the organization at all to win a championship. There is a lot of signs that say, be a champion in everything that you do. What kind of person you are, how you do in school, how you going to play football. By having a vision for what you want to accomplish, working and investing your time in doing that. Look, guys, when the game comes, everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to win. How many saw the Notre Dame game? Everybody wanted to win. They wanted to win. We wanted to win. Their fans wanted to win. Everybody wants to win when the game comes. Who's willing to do the things to prepare themselves to have the best chance to win when it comes? You know, 5 or 6 plays are going to make a difference in the game. 5 or 6 plays made the difference in that game. But you know the problem when you're a player? You never know when they're coming. You never know when they're coming. So the only way you can take advantage of those plays is be prepared through the work that you did in preparation so that you can play every play in the game with effort, toughness, and the responsibility and discipline to execute and do your job. Those 3 things. And you know what? None of those things take any ability. Doesn't take any ability to give effort. You don't have to run fast to play as hard as you can. You don't have to run fast to run as hard as you can. It's your decision. Am I going to finish this? Am I going to do it the right way? Am I going to do it full speed? And we're going to ask you to do that in this camp. And we're going to ask you to finish. There's always going to be something that you have to finish through. You run over bags, there's going to be a cone for you to finish through. We don't want you to come up 1 foot short. We don't want you to come up 2 feet short. You know, my parents used to always tell me a story about a guy that was digging for gold, dug for 2 years in the mines. 2 years. The pick and the shovel for 2 years. Finally got frustrated, quit, walked off, gave his gold mine away to somebody else. The next guy came in and dug 2 more feet and struck it rich. So we're going to finish what we do, regardless of the circumstances. We're not going to worry about how hot it is. We're going to worry about how tired I am. I'm going to finish the best I can. And it takes no ability to do that. This camp is not about physical toughness. We're not trying to hit anybody. But it is about mental toughness, which is your ability to focus on doing the thing that you're supposed to do, that you've been instructed to do, whether it's a drill, a play, a pass pattern, whatever it is. You got to focus. Regardless of the circumstances. And then we want to see you have the discipline to execute the job that you've been assigned to do, whatever your position is. It takes no ability to do that. Now, if we're going to improve in this camp, what's the best way for you to improve? The best way. Best way for our players to improve, best players for you to improve. Best way for you to improve is when you make a mistake. Now, I know your parents correct you, and I know most of you probably talk back to your parents when they correct you. I hope I'm wrong about that. I have kids of my own. But there'll be nobody talk back to a coach in this camp. You with me? Because the coaches are here to teach you. Your parents are trying to teach you. We are not criticizing you. We're trying to teach you. We're trying to help you to get better. Trying to help you have a better opportunity to be successful. So we don't need any explanations. And your attitude should be, coach me, coach. Teach me. Tell me how I can do it better. Because we're going to try to coach you every play. We'll tell you when you did it good, we'll tell you when you did it well, and we'll tell you what you need to do it better. And we don't need you to explain why you did what you did. We don't care. You need to listen. Everybody in here has got 2 ears, is that right? 1 mouth, is that right? So the way I was taught when I grew up, that means God expects us to listen twice as much as we talk. That's his intention. So we want you to listen and learn. We don't really care what you say. So why say it? Listen, learn, try to do what we're trying to tell you to do so you have a chance to improve. And this leads to my next point. Perseverance. Does anybody know what that means? It means you have to stick with things because you have a goal, you have a vision for what you want to do, and as soon as things get difficult, that's not the time to quit. That's the time to focus on the vision that you have, keep a positive attitude about accomplishing it, learn from your failings so that you have a chance to accomplish that and achieve it. That's what it means. Now, there used to be a commercial on TV about 10 years ago, maybe before your time, where Michael Jordan was in a commercial. And he's dressed up like a movie star. And he's riding in a limo to a game. And it says, I've taken 4,692 shots. I might be off on the shots. And missed. I've played in 384 NBA games and lost. And I've taken 26 game-winning shots and missed. And then he opens the door to the locker room when he's walking in and he says, because I fail is why I succeed. Does everybody get it? You can't really get better, you can't really improve unless you are challenged by your failings so that you have a chance to get better. So if you get frustrated by it, you're not going to get better. We don't want to see any negative body language here. I want you to be positive. Does everybody know what negative body language is? You're affecting somebody else. I'm going to look at you if I see it, and I'm going to say to you, what are you selling? What are you selling? And if you're hang-dogging, you got your head down because things are hard and they're difficult and you're tired, I'm going to say, what are you selling? More importantly, if we're playing a game today, what are you telling the guy you're playing against? What are you telling him? You're getting beat. That's what you're telling him. You're beating me. So why are you playing? Why are you playing if you want to tell the other guy he's getting the best of you? You have to say anything to him, but you got to be positive and persevere every negative situation with a positive attitude and energy, because you have to overcome adversity to be a good competitor. What do you think makes someone a good competitor? Their ability to overcome adversity. That's what makes them a good competitor. It means when things get difficult, things get tough in a game, they can play their best and deliver their best. That's what our expectation is for you in this camp, for what we're going to do. Because we want you to have pride in performance, to be the best you can be at what you choose to do. That's our goal. Now, are you ready to do that? And guess what? It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. We can't make it easy. It's not going to be easy. We recruit all these players that are 5-star players and 4-star players. They want some assurance that they're going to have success here. And guess what? We can't give it to them. We cannot give it to them. They have to earn it. How many of y'all seen the movie Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan? Is that something that people still watch? Well, let me just tell you guys about it. You ought to watch it sometime. And it's worth watching 3 hours of it for the last line in the movie that Tom Hanks says.